Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021. It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Welcome to Sporgy,
the show that gives you half-ass sports fans giving their half-ass opinions.
And now, here are your hosts.
All right, welcome to Sporgy number 127. I'm Chris.
I'm Rich.
Hey, I'm the Iceman. I'm back.
Oh, we're all back together again. The Iceman not being hindered by ice as he was last. So,
Ice job.
Yes, ice job. Both coalesced last week in a perfect storm for you missing the show. But so, football's over.
Lakers suck. I called it, everyone. Live up to my moniker.
Usually this would be where I jump down his throat to tell him to shut the fuck up, but Lakers have kind of turned a corner, and it's not a good one. And they got embarrassed at the trade deadline, apparently.
Oh, yeah, they did. Well, here's the sad part. Lakers have always sucked. It just took Chris half a season to realize it.
Way to stay on topic about the trade deadline.
No, they have. They've always sucked. They've sucked so bad that the Magic was like, take the entire team and give me Anthony Davis, Pelicans. And they were like, no, and we're going to embarrass the shit out of you and tell everybody that you traded your whole team for one player.
That was the move, though. If the Lakers were going to make the playoffs, I mean, obviously, whether you like it or not, Earl, they're a better team with LeBron. But they need, we've talked about it, a couple months ago, they need another person. If they want to get back to the playoffs, they want to get back to the glory days of Kobe and Shaq, they need another piece. Anthony Davis could have been that piece. But instead,
you got King James. You got King James. You always need somebody else.
That's true. I mean, that's the one thing I'll give. I mean, granted, he has instances where he puts the team on his back, but I mean, he's not the guy that does it for an entire season. He's not that. He's never been that guy.
Well,
I'll give you that.
Let me ask you.
The only thing I could think is it sounded so much like what Cleveland did with LeBron. Everybody get out. All right, we're bringing all these new people in.
Let me ask you a question, because as the guy who pays, dick for attention to basketball, was this a case of the Pelicans and the Lakers went to the trade table? The Pelicans said, "You want Anthony Davis? Make us an offer." The Lakers basically said, "Everybody but LeBron's up for grabs." And the Pelicans
that's exactly what happens.
And the Pelicans went, "Okay." And at the last minute pulled back and then went to the press and said, "Hey, they just offered us pretty much their entire team except for LeBron for Anthony Davis."
Yep.
Okay, my question is, what is the point of doing that? I mean,
spite?
First of all, what do the Pelicans ain't been in the league long enough to have any spite towards anybody. It's not like this is Yankees Red Sox, deep hatred of each other. This isn't Cardinals, Cubs. What is the point of the team doing it? Is it just to hey, one, get their name in the news, and two, shit on LeBron and the Lakers?
I guess it'd be maybe a little bit of bulletin board material. And that's a big maybe.
Well, it definitely has to make any meetings between Magic Johnson, because he is the GM, correct, for the Lakers.
Yes, for now.
And all the players he put up. It has to make any meeting between those two rather uncomfortable.
Yeah, the offseason should be fun.
And the Ball family takes things like this so well and in stride that, I can't imagine there's not going to be a bunch of nonsense that happens as blowback to this. By the way, it's sarcasm. Come on in. We lose everybody?
No.
All right then. Well, great, wonderful.
Well, this may be the
Thanks
first
for listening,
time.
guys. This has been Sporgy. We'll see you next week.
Okay, maybe we did lose Chris.
No, I'm right here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, all right.
You were coming in and out like with the robot voice for a second.
Oh,
Well, I mean, Ice, you're the one that sent this, all these articles, and you're the one that cranks off every time someone mentions LeBron and suck in the same fucking sentence. So, you tell me you got nothing to say about this? No thoughts?
No. I was doing a little bit of research so I could get my story straight. The Lakers worked hard on trying to get Anthony Davis from the Pelicans, and it was said that they were toying with them. But the question's been raised, did the Pelicans sabotage Lakers as revenge for tampering? And I couldn't figure out what the hell the Lakers tampered with.
technically, LeBron, when he popped off,
yeah,
talking about they want to get Anthony Davis to come there, that's technically tampering. You are not supposed to talk about that shit publicly.
right. Yeah, LeBron and Anthony Davis were hooking up and doing dinners and all types of shit. But yeah, the Pelicans said, they'll examine all offers, and then half of the Laker roster was offered, and Pelicans released it or leaked it, actually, as to say, this is what they did. And no, by the way.
But
basically,
what I'll tell New Orleans, though, is you have a player that doesn't want to be there who really lost in this deal. You have a guy who was making no secrets about not wanting to play for you anymore, and he's still on your team.
Right. Well, they did the same thing with Kawhi Leonard in San Antonio. They were like, he's like, I don't want to be here. Trade me. And they were like, shut up and sit on the bench. Lose all your money. Greg Popovich wasn't having it. And they did the same thing with Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but all right, there's a big difference between the Spurs and the Pelicans. From what I understand, Anthony Davis is that entire fucking team. On the Spurs, Kawhi Leonard was just like, all right, you're a puzzle piece. Have a seat.
Yeah, for the longest time, it was Davis and Cousins. Cousins bolted up to Golden State trying to get him a championship.
Well, Golden State's 41-15. He just may. But, so yeah, it's... I think everybody in this whole deal looks bad. Because like I said, the Pelicans, I don't think they looked as cool in this deal as they think they did. Because,
it made them a little bit relevant for a second in the sports world.
Well, I don't think it was about cool. I think it was just about people looking at L.A. and going, you fucked you. Yeah, Davis doesn't want to be there, but damn, Lakers, damn.
Well, also, it's not any secret that LeBron this has become his MO to go talk to players and be like, behind the scenes and basically act as his own GM. I mean, we've talked about it on this show a lot. And I mean, if teams are getting tired of it, I guess if you figure, well, fuck it, we're the Pelicans. What have we got to lose? What, people are going to think worse of us than they do now? Okay. But to me, it's just like, it's kind of like poking the bear. I mean, ultimately, they are the fucking Lakers. You know that LA doesn't accept losing teams very well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're going to get good again. It's like when the Yankees go through a down cycle. It's not going to last 100 fucking years, What, 10 years in our lifetime the Yankees have sucked? I mean, I've been around for going on 42 years in April. It's a pretty good average of being contenders. So, I mean, to me, it just seems silly to do that. I mean, it would make more sense to go to the league and have the league try to impose some sort of, well, then again, it's LeBron. That's their golden boy. That's their poster boy. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, no. But
So
if you want to make teams look stupid for trading people, look at the Knicks. Ugh.
But let's be honest. They had to do something, right? I mean, Porzingis has not exactly panned out how he's supposed to.
Well, he got injured. He hurt his knee.
That counts.
Oh, no. You got a 7-foot guy who can hit a 3 on a dime. You keep that guy. Not to mention ball handling skills, and he can drive to the lane and put it in over anybody. Nah, you keep that guy. That's your cornerstone. That's your centerpiece.
You let Carmelo Anthony go, but you don't let your centerpiece go.
Obviously, but something's got to give because he's been there for, 2 or 3 seasons? Have they ever been contenders while he's been there?
Trust the process, man.
Sure. At this point, the process is over because he is gone.
Yeah, but the Knicks got a lot of returns, so.
What'd they get for him?
Oh, shit. Now you're going to make me look it up because I don't want to get it wrong.
FS Sports fans, folks. Oh, wait. I have it right in front of me. Holy shit. Didn't even realize. The Knicks got DeAndre Jordan.
Yes.
Something called Dennis Smith Jr. and Wesley Matthews, and two future first round picks. Ooh, I mean, I guess it's more than a bag of basketballs, but
really, Dennis Smith Jr. is an all-star.
I never heard of him. Heard of DeAndre Jordan. Heard of Wesley Matthews.
Half-ass sports fans.
Okay.
Is there
reading about this, it says that the Knicks did this because they're freeing up cap space. They want to sign a big free agent or two over the summer.
Who the hell would they sign? Oh, wait a minute. I know who they're signing.
Okay. Who are they signing?
KD.
Why the fuck would he go there?
To get paid. Did you not just say they were freeing up cap space? Kevin Durant's stint at Golden State is over after this year. He's a free agent. There's turmoil. There's fighting going on. The ranks. And
41 and 15.
Absolutely, dude.
Winning solves a lot of shit, dude.
Winning solves everything except you don't have a place at the table after this season. My exhibit, Michael Jordan. The Bulls won all 90s in all the 90s. Bulls won. But when there was a problem, that shit got traded in a hurry.
Yeah, but any of those problems have the talent that Kevin Durant has? Probably not.
Oh, hell yeah, they did. Steve Kerr, the coach of Golden State.
No way. Steve Kerr is going to... Steve Kerr will be a Hall of Famer as a coach, not as a player. Kevin Durant is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And there's no reason to keep him back on the Golden State Warriors. None.
Why?
They won it without him.
Do they hate winning all of a sudden?
They won it without him.
At this point, they've won more without him than with him. Or they've won more with him than without him.
Not true.
They've only won once. No, he's won 2 with them. We did this 3 months ago. Kevin Durant has won 2 championships with that team. This is his 3rd season in Golden State. I mean, if anybody, I'd get rid of somebody like Draymond Green. That guy's been a shit starter and a problem the whole time. And you could replace him. Durant, I mean, yeah, he wasn't there before, but I mean, that's a pretty big hole once he leaves. But I do also agree with you, Ice. After this year, Golden State's going to have to come up with the long money with all the people on that team. So this is probably the last hurrah for this current version of this team, the super team version.
Well, isn't DeMarcus Cousins only signed to 1 year for Golden State this season?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that means possibly they could lose 2 of their starters, right?
Well, yeah, but they don't really need Boogie Cousins either. Boogie Cousins replaced JaVale McGee. I mean, you get any decent big man in the center and you're good to go.
But I'm just saying, with the way the NBA is these days, if the Knicks are sitting here trying to free up a ton of cap space, is it possible they're looking at both Cousins and Kevin Durant?
They gotta do something. They haven't been relevant for a long fucking time.
I mean, look, it's basketball is the one sport that 1 or 2 guys can totally turn a franchise around if they're good enough. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, who the fuck were the Cavaliers for decades? They win the LeBron James lottery, literally, pick him, and they become relevant. I mean, who the fuck were the Chicago Bulls before Jordan? So I'm just asking, is that what you think they're doing? they're looking to try to start like the building blocks of a super team themselves.
Yeah,
You know, I don't.
they're making
I
room
don't
with
know.
the money.
That's true, but can you? I mean,
I'd looked at this, by the way. Now, I'm glad you said that, Rich, because I looked at this when everybody started talking about super teams. There is only one, quote, super team, and it's the Golden State Warriors. There's a couple of big threes, you know, a couple of dynamic duos and shit like that, but there is only one super team.
Well, hold on. Okay, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I get what you're trying to define a super team as, you know, 4 or all 5 starters are. I got you. I would say, to me, the mentality of you got to have a super team started with Boston. I mean, with their big 3, and then Miami got their big 3, and then I mean, I'm not talking. And by the way, I'm not talking like a patched together team of a bunch of like players trying to get a championship at the end of their career, like the Lakers had when they went up against the Pistons in 2004. I mean, yeah, if that team had been that team 10 years before, that'd have been a fucking good team. But I mean, you know, come on, man. Half them guys were like, you know, after every game slathering Ben Gay over every part of their body.
well, yeah, but when you talk about Boston and even Miami, those weren't just the big 3. You had the big 3, then you had Miller and Ray Allen, and you know, they had a deep roster. A super team for me has a deep roster. Golden State doesn't just have their 5 starters. Those 5 starters are Hall of Famers. 5 starters, Hall of Famers. The backups to those 5 starters are all-stars.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've said it before. Golden State's B team is a starting 5 somewhere else.
But like we're sitting here talking about, it's impossible to keep together for a long period of time with the way the NBA is structured, unless you just can convince players to take less money and just go, you're going to win more championships.
Right. Now you say that, but they've been together for what, 5 years?
The core of the team has.
Right.
So obviously
That's all you need.
But what I'm saying is obviously the core of the team is buying into that. Is buying into, you know, like Steph Curry is like, yeah, I don't need to be the, you know, the absolute highest paid whatever, but I like winning championships.
Careful, Rich. Steph Curry signed a $200 million contract. He's pretty paid.
Yeah, but I mean, don't they have max contracts and shit like that in the NBA?
They do.
So, I mean...
Yeah, but he's headed for quite the career. He's got 3 titles. He's not even close to the quote-unquote prime of his career yet, age-wise.
Yeah, how old is he still? Like...
He isn't even 30, I don't think.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins is like 28. I mean, it's... maybe when we were kids, that was like starting to get a little long in the tooth in the NBA, but the way these guys are, you know, conditioned and trained these days, as long as he takes care of himself, he's still got quite a bit of basketball left in him.
Steph Curry is 30 years old.
Oh, he's 30, so never mind. He's a couple years past his prime, technically, but still.
Well, like I said, to me, it seems like if moves are being made to clear up cap space, and they're talking about they want to make some, you know, big time free agent signings, then you got to go for the best of what's out there. You can't just sign like B-level guys and go, well, that's good enough.
Well, my whole thing to this, guys, is if the Knicks does not sign Kevin Durant, they fucked up, because Kristaps Porzingis was the future of the Knicks, and he's going to do great things in Dallas. He's just a hell of a basketball player, period. And definitely something you should have built around. If you're releasing that, you had better get something that is going to put you in the playoffs the next season. Kevin Durant can do it, but I don't know if they're going to get him.
You know, by the way, we're burying the lead in all this. Dirk Nowitzki is still playing. Was he like 50? Because Porzingis went to Dallas. And he's talking about he's excited to play with Dirk Nowitzki. I'm like, Dirk Nowitzki, like from 20 years ago, Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki.
It's not his son. Like, is he the coach? Is he a coach player? Is he like Pete Rose?
He's 40, by the way.
Yeah. Was he the 13th man? Made a new spot on the bench for you?
The new Darko Milicic.
I mean, come on, let's be honest. How useful can a 40-year-old basketball player be?
How old was Shaq when he retired?
Under 40?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was a little bit younger than 40, but
Shaquille O'Neal was 46 when he retired.
what?
No, he's got to be like 46 now. There's no way. 46? Yeah, no, he's 46 now. Yeah. He's born 72, March 6th. Oh, he's got a birthday coming up. He played for... Wait, what? Wow, I did not follow Shaq his last 3 years. Because in my brain, it's Magic, Lakers, and Heat. Apparently, Shaq did a season with the Suns.
Austin.
Yeah, he did a season with the
Celtics.
Cavaliers, and he ended his career with the Celtics.
Yeah, it's amazing at the end there how they were just like, hey, just give him away. Let him go play for anybody. I just looked up 40-year-old Jordan. Jordan was the first 40-year-old to tally over 40 points in an NBA game, and it doesn't say if anyone's done it since.
And who's surprised? Raise your hand.
So Jordan, the
Okay.
only useful 40-year-old basketball player. Is that what we're deducing?
Well, I mean, it was during his time with the Wizards, so you tell me.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had to bring that up.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you tell me, how effective was he as a Wizard?
Well, at the end, it was sad. It was like, come on, you should have just took your lumps, went and played baseball, called it a career. I mean, I guess, yeah, he came back and won, 3 more? But, yeah, I mean, after he retired officially from the Bulls, yeah, it got sad. But, yeah, it's all because, yeah, Dirk Nowitzki's still playing. Who knew? Mavericks did. Any more talk about the trade deadline?
Is there any NBA team that gives more hope to goofy-looking, goofy-named white boys than the Dallas Mavericks?
I mean,
You could thank their owner for that.
The Pistons tried for a second in the mid-2000s.
They tried, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it's...
John Barry isn't goofy.
I see what you did there.
I'm just saying, it's like being a white receiver catching passes from Tom Brady. Tom Brady gives every white wide receiver in high school hope. The problem is that it's Tom Brady in Bill Belichick's system throwing to him.
All right, stop laughing. Does he have a black receiver?
He had Randy Moss. He had the
He had
black
it for a
receiver.
season, but he had it for a season.
Yeah,
Christ,
Brandon-
dude, he's played long
Brandon
enough. He's had
last
black
year.
receivers.
He's got.
Well,
the
yeah, he had Givens and what's his name? His first year.
He's got Cordell Patterson, even though they technically use him like a running back. He had Brandon Cooks last year.
Oh, yeah, Cooks, yeah. Because he had Wes Welker, Amendola, Julian Edelman, Gronkowski.
You see, Tom Brady's racist.
No, but he definitely gives the white receivers
In high school.
He's got an only white receivers clause in his contract. So,
I'm the greatest with the white race receiver.
yeah. Any more trade deadline talk? Or, dude, we covered it. It's time to start paying attention to basketball again. Can't wait.
Well, I can't wait till the off season. I'm just saying.
For basketball?
For basketball. Because there's going to be a lot of movement.
What does that tell you when you're more excited for the offseason than the playoffs of a sport?
That Golden State's still together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that is just like, really?
That's
wow.
what that tells me. If you're that excited for the off season of basketball, Golden State's still together because you already know the outcome.
I mean, that's saying quite a bit. I mean, at least you have to wait until, like, the AFC Championship game to start going, is it going to be the Patriots in the Super Bowl again? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always that little glimmer of hope for the Patriots haters that, they won't make it, but, whatever.
They got lucky.
A coin flip allowed them into that fucking thing. Anyways,
Oh,
Sorry, I missed my Super Bowl talk.
because of the fucking snow and ice and shit. But luck.
Well, we were I said we were talking Tom Brady. Go ahead.
Oh, no. That was all types of luck.
That was a shootout amongst shootout. That was the old goat with the young goat.
What? You talking about the suit? Or you talking about the AFC game? Yeah.
I'm talking about the AFC game. Because Patrick Mahomes wasn't choking. He wasn't wavering. He didn't get scared. He came right back and fired right at him.
Yep. But he made the same mistake the Rams did. They gave Tom Brady the ball first.
No. That game went in overtime, son.
Yeah. Still.
So if that coin had landed on the other side and gave the Chiefs the ball first, the Chiefs would have been in the Super Bowl.
No, I'm talking about in general in the game.
The game doesn't count.
I'm so glad that because he missed a few weeks, we get to talk about games that we talked about a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're just saying.
We're talking about a game you talked about, Earl. You only missed the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying you should save it for the week of the game to talk about. Not 2 weeks later, 3 weeks, whatever it's been.
I can't talk about the Super Bowl. It was boring as fuck.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
Sorry, it was.
No, your exact quote was, I didn't even watch most of it.
I didn't. I recorded it, fast forward to the Super Bowl to watch the commercials.
Like there was any good commercials anyways.
I don't know, man. The NFL Legends commercial was awesome.
I don't know, but back up off the mic a bit.
Yeah.
You love my sexy voice. Anyways.
It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021. It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021. It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021.
Sporgy.
ChristopherMedia.net. ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporgy.
Well, fuck you, might as well stay in the NFL. Get it out the way. What do you think about the Browns signing?
I think Ohio gives no fucks. All right? Cincinnati signed Joe Mixon. The Browns are signing Kareem Hunt. Ohio is officially the M&M of states. They just don't give a fuck.
I'm still going to stick by what I said. I think the Lions fucked up by not going after Kareem Hunt. And by opening their mouths and saying, well, we want character guys. We don't want people like him here. You better fucking hope that all your best players
really
keep their little Boy Scout fucking, clean image going. Because if one of them fuck up, you're going to look like huge hypocrites. And you're already Bob Quinn.
Does that apply to our coach? We want to flashback to last summer?
Yeah, the
I got to bring up bullshit.
I'm just saying, if Bob Quinn wants to make that proclamation, he might want to start in the front office. Just saying.
I got to bring up bullshit
because exactly what I said. No, if you're going to go around throwing shade on potential, free agent targets, because to me, honestly, I think, to be brutally honest, I don't think the Lions were ever in consideration for him to sign here. And I think it's a little bit of sour grapes because what did the Lions do? They went out and got a fucking run-heavy offensive coordinator with a defensive-minded coach. And they don't have a run game, and they don't have that great of a defense.
So what if they end up signing Bell and Brown? Then
we're dead because we've all died in a mass suicide and we're having some sort of fever dream. It would never fucking happen. Maybe, I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe one of them, but not both.
Well, according to the NFL rumors of a few different talk shows and podcasts I was listening to, apparently Gruden is all types of hot to trot to get Brown out there.
Who's going to throw to him? Oh, probably the quarterback he's going to draft with the second pick.
Derek Carr.
See, I've been hearing a couple of football podcasts I listen to. I've been hearing Derek Carr's done in Oakland. Gruden's going to get his quarterback from the draft this year, and see you later, Derek Carr. You can warm the bench or go start somewhere else.
And that would be very Gruden-esque of him to do. I mean, he's the quarterback collector.
Well, Broncos are looking kind of sluggish for a quarterback.
Yeah, but Gruden has the second pick in the draft. He's going to get a good. He's getting somebody. You know, I don't see.
The Heisman winner out of Oklahoma?
Well, see, the Cardinals just took Josh Rosen. Why would they draft Kyler Murray? They got their quarterback. They got their quote-unquote future.
Not with Rosen.
What's that?
They fucked up when they drafted Rosen. That was a mistake.
Well, hold on. Before we move on from the Browns too much, didn't they, in the last offseason, add a bunch of receivers?
Mm-hmm. Jarvis Landry, Des Bryant worked out with them. Who else? They added somebody else that they cut that I can't remember. But yeah,
Wasn't it Sammy Watkins?
No.
Josh, what's his name? Josh Gordon.
Oh yeah, that's right, Josh Gordon. Yeah. So I mean, they're good. The Browns, like I said, I see Antonio Brown. Because Jarvis Landry, he's like what, 4th or 5th year. He's already who he's going to be. All right. I don't see him in, year 5 having a breakout season because most people don't do that shit.
The Browns defines polarizing. God damn it. I thought I muted that. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm just looking at an article on the contract that Kareem Hunt signed. And it seems like this is let's see. Kareem Hunt contract details revealed. Browns might not even have to pay him $1 million in 2019.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got lowballed and he let himself get lowballed so he can get back in the league.
Yep, a 1-year deal that includes $0 in guaranteed money, but includes a roster bonus for every game during the regular season that he's active. So,
well, he's losing out on that bonus because he's going to miss 6 games.
Yeah, but if he plays 11, or not 11, excuse me, if he plays 10, he'll get paid for those 10. He'll get that roster bonus, which is $25,000 per game. So yeah, it sounds it sounds like you nailed it. Exactly what you said. He was like, I just let me play football.
Yeah.
Just please. And here's the thing. Why the fuck wouldn't the Lions have went after him? I don't believe that they were just like, oh, no. And Bob Quinn sitting there just going, oh, no, I want character guys. Really? This from the team that had Aaron Hernandez on it?
I say, is that what you said when you signed Randy Moss, Bob Quinn?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not buying it. It just reeks of sour grapes. I mean, what are their choices now? To really make a hellacious run at Bell, and you're gonna have to back the Brinks truck up. He's already proven that. Or waste a high draft pick on a running back that's unproven.
I mean, as a Lions fan, the second option sounds much more Lions.
Yeah, because Bell is from Michigan, isn't he?
He went to Central. I'm not sure if he is from not Central. He went to State.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown went to Central. I'm not sure if he is from. I think we did this deep dive already. I think he's from Ohio.
Well, it's still close enough to be like, I don't want that Lions stink anywhere near me. And plus, playing in East Lansing, he got to, he got a close enough look at the clusterfuck that is the organization called the Detroit Lions. So they're going to have to overpay him if he will even come here, which is going to handcuff him in other positions.
I mean, let's be honest. If he comes here, he is the offense. It's going to be like Barry Sanders all over again. Just give him the ball. Just give him the ball.
Oh, stop that. Come on now.
Did we have another game plan when Barry was here? Because I don't remember seeing it. It was generally give the ball to Barry.
Yeah, but you had Scott Mitchell.
Ooh. First ballot Hall of Famer Scott Mitchell? Oh, wait.
Are you saying that Matthew Stafford isn't better than Scott Mitchell?
I'm saying Jeff Garcia is better than Scott Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, Stafford's been to playoffs more. Stafford's won more games.
So it's not a Barry Sanders issue.
What the Barry Sanders issue was, you have a generational talent on your team. Give that motherfucker the ball. I mean, what's so wrong with that game plan? It's pretty much what the game plan was in Pittsburgh. Give Bell the ball every now and then. Ben's going to throw to Antonio Brown because you run it every play, you get stopped. I mean, the guy held out for a season for a reason. You know, it's not like he felt like he wanted to get paid. I mean, yes, he felt like he wanted to get, but it's more. He knows he's worth it. He can back that shit up.
And that's why I said that's what makes the Lions not getting Hunt so, like, I don't know. I really thought that's what they were going to do. Going to make a play for Hunt and be like, you know, I mean, I figured whatever team would get him on the cheap. I didn't figure they'd get him for what they got him for. I mean, that is a ridiculous contract. Like, do you guys remember Ricky Williams' contract when Master P was his manager or agent, and it was all incentive based, and then he got suspended, and that was it. Like, he didn't make shit off that contract. You know?
Way to go, Percy. Master P's real name, by the way. I would call myself Master P as well.
I don't know. Whatever. And well, enjoy another season, Lions fans. Your Super Bowl's coming up, the draft. So I'll get to hear about that nonstop until April.
Pittsburgh, are you ready for Cleveland to win the division?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, okay, look, if Brown's making enough noise where he's like just going, I'm not playing for Pittsburgh again, period. Get me out of here. Roethlisberger's so old. He's like a statue in right field. There's bird shit on his shoulder. And Bell ain't coming back. I know that no one in Pittsburgh wants to hear this word, so I'll use the more polite word. Is it retool time in Pittsburgh? Or are they just going to throw the towel in and say, fuck it, it's time to rebuild?
It's re-something time because two of your best players aren't coming back.
Yeah, and you don't have a quarterback who's long for this league. I mean,
Man should have retired like 2.5 seasons ago.
And let's be honest, James Conner was a rookie phenom until about 8 weeks in, once everyone watched the tape.
Yeah, once everyone... Exactly. Once we got enough tape on him, there we go. So...
I mean, they got Juju. I mean, I think that's kind of why Antonio wanted out too. Juju's becoming the new hotness, and he doesn't like it. Which I think he has the right to have that attitude. I just bring up my stat sheet. Like, yeah, it's cool, but look at this. Remember what I've done for you and still continue to do?
Well, I mean, if Brown ends up out in Oakland, you know what they're going to do? They're going to plaster his face when they move to Vegas over all their promotional material. They're going to basically be like, the Las Vegas Antonio Brown Raiders. Gruden likes veterans. It's a move that makes sense from that aspect. But I mean, does Brown want to go there just to get paid? Because he ain't winning shit in Oakland, and I doubt it's just going to magically get better since they moved to Vegas.
I mean, they'll be closer to the mob. Closer to be able to fix the games in Vegas.
I still say that was planned out that way so that the fan base was like, oh, you suck again. Yeah, go ahead and go to Vegas.
I don't think that look, if you know that you're not going to compete, then you're not going to compete and you're already planning on moving, do you really give a fuck what your fan base thinks? You pretty much are telling them right there. There's no conspiracy there. It's flat out in their face. We don't give a fuck what you think. And Al Davis was quick to tell a fan base he doesn't give a fuck what they think.
Yeah, but if Al Davis saw what the Raiders did this year, he'd have shot every motherfucker in that organization.
Yeah, I don't know if Chucky would have still been. First of all, I don't know if Chucky'd been there in the first place.
I'm just saying, you gave away Khalil Mack for nothing. You didn't even get a bag of footballs. You got like the bag. It was just empty.
Yeah. Dust bunny falls out.
I know, right?
It's like a dog's nutsack when he comes home from getting fixed. It's just empty. Nothing. It's just waiting to dry up.
Right, just licking the wound at that point. You ain't even licking on nothing.
Now, Ice, I will posit you this, though. What is the upside to pissing off your fan base when you still have 2 seasons left to put butts in the seats and make revenue? I'm playing devil's advocate here, by the way. I mean, I believe it or not, I kind of get where you're coming from, but at the same time, they still have to sell tickets. They still got to have people at the stadium. They still got to, have people buy shit.
And there are hardcore Raider fans that I don't care what team's there. As long as it has the Raiders logo on it, they're going to be there. Have you ever looked at the black hole? I mean, that's like the Cleveland Dog Pound. I don't care who's there. They're going to be there to watch them. I would love to tell everybody that,
Yeah, but you can't sell tickets to just one section.
But
you're talking about one section of the stadium.
No, I'm not.
There are many sections, many seats.
And I'm talking about the fans of the team. Yeah, the black hole and the dog pound. Yeah, okay. But there are people that are going to be all over that stadium that just love that team. I don't care who's on it or where they play, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we're both Lions fans, right? We remember 2009.
Just saying.
There were still people going to those games. They had bags on their heads, but there were still people going to those games.
Yeah, and I did not understand. I didn't.
I saw the humor in it.
We're going to do the halftime walkout. Wait, what?
Well, see, no, to me, that shit's dumb. That shit's like the idiots lighting their shoes on fire on Twitter or whatever. Like, what? They already got your money. You're just helping security go home early. You open a janitor, get a head start. It's all you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it makes no sense. Don't buy the tickets in the first place. But look, there are fanatical Raiders fans that are going to go to games no matter what. Period. End of story. And there's also just people who are going to be like, man, fuck this team that's leaving us again. What franchise has moved as much as the Raiders?
Rams?
I was going to say Rams. Cardinals.
Didn't the Rams go from St. Louis to L.A., back to St. Louis, then back to L.A.?
Back to L.A. Weren't the Cardinals in St. Louis?
Yes.
And then they moved to
Phoenix?
Whatever. The Phoenix Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals, they didn't... Whatever. It's the same thing.
That is the first expansion team I have a conscious memory of, is the Phoenix Cardinals. It's because about the time they moved was right about the time I was starting to come online with sports shit. So, yeah, it's been late 80s?
And the Raiders went from Oakland to LA to Oakland, now to Vegas. So them and the Rams are tied for, the most moves that I can think of.
And the Chargers and the 49ers are just sitting here like, what the fuck? But weren't the Chargers originally the LA Chargers?
No, I thought.
And then they moved to San Diego, and then they moved back to LA?
I thought they had always been in San Diego, but
I recall them at one time before now, them being called the LA Chargers. Let's look.
Sorry, guys. I'm just listening to you guys talk about the movements of these teams, and I'm getting the flashbacks of basketball.
Yeah, because teams moved all the time.
No, just the beginning of that movie where they were like, Oakland moved back to the Raiders, moved from Oakland to LA and then back to Oakland. Nobody seemed to notice.
Yeah, the Chargers initially, they played their first season as the Los Angeles Chargers, and then they moved to San Diego in 1961. So yeah, I knew it wasn't that high. I knew I had some kind of memory of the LA Chargers. But, all right. So what? We got anything else with the football?
Well, yeah, there's the big time one that we didn't talk about.
I'm drawing a blank.
Flacco.
Oh yeah. Duh. Oh, I recall a podcaster on this podcast say he was done playing in a Ravens uniform. Get that man a taco.
Yeah, with cheese and salsa.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah. And this is just another horse in the quarterback carousel in Denver, in my opinion. I mean, Elway, you were a good quarterback. Some would say even great. GM. I mean, besides coaxing Peyton Manning to come play a couple seasons for you, I mean, yeah, you know how to build a defense, but yeah, Ice, you asked the question, I'll ask it. Is Flacco the solution to Elway's quarterback problem? No. It's a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Hey, come play here the year before you retire.
I thought it was like a quarterback helping a quarterback out.
No, right?
Place to lay down for a while. Use my couch, whatever. But here's the thing, too. I mean, who gives a shit that Flacco went to Denver?
I don't think Joe Flacco even gives a shit he went to Denver.
I don't even think he does. But Baltimore's still hurting.
Hurting? They got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. No, that is not the future. Sorry, is not.
Heisman Trophy winner. He's young. New style for the offense.
Did not deserve the Heisman. I ain't even going to go into that talk again. He did not deserve the Heisman Trophy.
They won a division. They went to the playoffs. He had a way better record as a starter than Flacco did.
Okay.
Just saying things that happened. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just stating things that happened this year. Those were facts.
But their division was in shambles. Pittsburgh Steelers weren't even a whole team. They had a wide receiver that wanted to go out. They had their starting running back that was out, and their phenom running back that everybody figured out. So, I mean...
Well, the other question is, who's he going to throw to?
Who, Jackson or Flacco?
Flacco. You have Emmanuel Sanders. End of list.
Emmanuel Sanders is hurt. He might come back at the start of the season.
But yeah, Denver's a shit show, man. The sheriff is long gone.
Uh-huh. And with him, his whole room of deputies.
C.J. Anderson got to a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
It was like the fifth team he was on this year, but he still made it back. And really, how much of that team is still there besides the defense?
Yeah, but C.J. Anderson had to replace Gordon. I mean, who does that? Not Gordon. What's his name?
Gurley.
Todd Gurley.
Who has to be hurt? He's got to be. No. Sorry, we already talked Super Bowl. But, yeah, this was a move that it came across my phone one day, and I went, it did not excite me. It sounds like it didn't excite you guys either.
No, that was an oops move because we all sat here and talked about if the Minnesota Vikings messed up when they traded their quarterbacks, and obviously
correction. You have said that they messed up.
And I was right. Matter of fact, how far did the Miami Vikings make it? Minnesota Vikings make it?
They made the playoffs. They played extra football, did they not? Or no, that's right. God damn it.
Chicago played for them, didn't they? Right? Yeah.
That's right. Philly stole their spot. That's right.
Right.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay, they finished over 500. I still want to know where your oops is. If the goal is to win a Super Bowl, then yeah, oops.
You're a couple of minutes from a Super Bowl last year, and now you don't even make the playoffs. What changed? Your quarterback. Oops.
Yeah, the quarterback who went to Denver and did not make the playoffs. Finished sub 500.
He didn't have the receiving core. I told you this. Case Keenum didn't have a receiving core in Denver. He had a receiving core in Minnesota. He gelled with them and was just minutes away from the Super Bowl. And then you trade him and bring in Kirk Cousins.
Are you really
serious?
You are really going to give credit to Minnesota last season to Case Keenum and not their defense? Past that crack pipe.
Are you serious right now?
You really? I have audio of you riding that defense's dick for like 8 weeks last season,
and
calling them the purple people eaters and shit. But now it's Case Keenum.
Right. It was a team. It was a team mentality on both sides of the ball, Chris. It wasn't just the defense. It was a hell of a defense, but still.
You will never sit
Dalvin
here and
Cook,
convince me that
Keenum,
Case Keenum is a good
Thielen.
quarterback.
I don't have to. I could show you that he took Minnesota to the deep into the playoffs, and the only thing that changed in Minnesota was the quarterback.
You're going to make me look up this
They didn't even make
fucktard's
the
career,
playoffs.
aren't you?
Just saying. You brought in Kirk Cousins, and you didn't even make the playoffs. You had Case Keenum. You went deep into the playoffs, damn near the Super Bowl.
Now you're
If
making
you
me
wanna
look up
deny
Case
that
Keenum's
fact, go ahead.
fucking career now. I hope you're happy.
You can look it up all you want. Look up the fact that he took Minnesota.
He has a losing record as a quarterback. He is 26 and 28 in his career.
He, in that season, took Minnesota deep into the playoffs. He leaves. They don't make the playoffs the next season. That's the only change. Do the math. What happened? Okay, thank you.
He went 6 and 10 last year. He is 26 and 28 in his career.
Why didn't they even make the playoffs, Chris?
Well, didn't have the same defense they had last year. Dalvin Cook was hurt half the season. They had a shitty offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So you're saying the only reason Case Keenum went 6 and 10 in 2018 is because of his receiver core. Never mind the fact he is a losing quarterback overall. He is not even a 500 quarterback.
Look at his receiving core in Minnesota compared to that of Denver. It's not even comparable.
Okay.
If I say Thielen alone you can't replace in Denver. There's not one receiver that could do it. And if you could, I'm going to say Stephon Diggs. And what do you got? Nada. Thank you.
Do you have excuses for the other 38 games he started? You gave me an excuse for 2018. What's up with the other 38 games?
What? In Los Angeles?
No, just in general in his career. He is a sub 500 quarterback. I'm waiting for you to make me a case that he's a great quarterback.
Show me
42 interceptions.
Show me a receiving core and an offensive line like he had in Minnesota. Just once. And on any other team, on any other game you want to look at.
I believe he started for Houston for a hot second, playing with a little guy named J.J. Watt. He was throwing to Andre Johnson. He had Arian Foster.
What?
Yeah.
When did he ever start in Houston?
I want to say 2011, 2012-ish. Now I gotta
Wasn't that Savage?
I'm not talking about 2 years ago. I'm talking about before that. Oh, he started on the Rams. He was a big pile of shit on the Rams, too. I believe he was
under
the guy
Jeff Fisher with no receivers. None.
So basically what you're telling me, a quarterback is only as good as his receivers?
A quarterback can't do anything if he doesn't have anything to throw to.
So you're saying
or anybody to protect him while he throws.
So you just said a quarterback is only as good as his receivers.
A quarterback is only as good as the team will let him be.
Keep moving that goalpost, Dice.
Here's exactly what I'm telling you. Case Keenum found a niche. He gelled with the receiving core in Minnesota, and that shit worked great. And then Minnesota was like, well, everything's in place. Let's bring in Kirk Cousins. And they fucked it all up.
Okay, I mean, what's your definition of fucked it all up?
Going deep in the playoffs one season, not even making the playoffs next season.
I'd say above 500. Above 500 is not fucking it all up. Now maybe you were 9 and 7, made the playoffs, lost, and then the next year went 6 and 10. That's fucking it all up.
Okay.
I could have been talking about Case Keenum and the Detroit Lions in the same sentence.
Hey, do what you like, but sorry, not sorry. You brought in the wrong guy.
But you are sitting here. Do you realize you are sitting here trying to convince me that a sub 500 quarterback is a good quarterback? You realize it's been like the last 10 minutes.
What I'm trying to convince you is, and I don't have to convince you, I'm giving you all the facts. He found a niche. He gelled with the receiving core, led that team deep into the playoffs, damn near to the Super Bowl.
He gelled so great, they signed him up. They gelled so great, they said, you're our starter.
No, you brought in Kirk Cousins and fucked it all up. You didn't even make the playoffs the following year. Sorry, not sorry. You fucked up. You know what? I'll even give you this because of who he is and because of his record. I'll give it to you this way. Maybe he wasn't the quarterback. Maybe he wasn't the best quarterback for the position. But Kirk Cousins definitely wasn't the right person.
Yeah, Adam Thielen only had a career season. Yeah, wasn't the right person.
All right.
I mean, if you're mad Cousins got paid, then you need to look at your boy Matt Stafford. Because Stafford's the guy who set that precedent.
I'm mad that Kirk Cousins got paid and didn't even make the fucking playoffs, yo.
Then
you get that kind of money on your first year, and a team that damn near went to the Super Bowl the previous year, you can't even take them to the fucking playoffs.
So you mad at Matt Stafford?
I've been mad at Matt Stafford. I called him Mr. Glass forever. How the fuck are you going to fall down, land on the football, and fucking break your shoulder?
Matt Stafford made a career of getting paid and not making the playoffs. But anyway, yeah, we spent far too long on this.
Well, I'm just glad that somebody on this show actually got excited about something enough to sit here and have a debate. Because it was a bunch of and one-word answers for fucking the first 45 minutes. It's like pulling teeth. So I was just like, well, fuck it, run with it. You two go. This is our bread and butter.
Right.
Children's National Hospital in Washington, D.C. improves children's health by developing better treatments and technologies. As one of the top children's hospitals in the nation, we take on the most complex, rare, and life-threatening conditions because all children deserve a healthy future. And with our new pediatric-focused research and innovation campus opening this spring, we'll be able to generate and share even more discoveries. Learn more at childrensnational.org/innovation.
It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021. It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021.
Sporgy.
ChristopherMedia.net. ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporgy.
All right, so we have a couple more issues to talk about. One, I'm not too up on. Chris brought it up pre-show to us. The whole Bob Costas. What was the exact details here now?
He says he was dropped from the Super Bowl over concussion remarks. He says he was dropped from the coverage of last year's Super Bowl by NBC because he openly talked about the dangers of football, namely concussions. In an ESPN companion piece for a Sunday episode of E60, the veteran broadcaster said, "I remember being told that now I can no longer host a Super Bowl. I think the words were, 'You crossed the line.' And my thought was, what line have I crossed?" Costas talked about the dangers of concussion on the air and then at a symposium at the University of Maryland where he said, "The reality is that this game destroys people's brains." And in the ESPN piece, Costas does not accuse the league of any dirty antics, and NFL spokesman Brian McCarthy told ESPN that the league had nothing to do with Costas' removal. Costas said he asked NBC if rather than do game coverage, he could interview NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell for a piece before the game, and the answer was no. He says, "I was looking out not only for myself because I'd like to do the interview, but I was also looking out for NBC because that would have taken them off the public relations hook and eliminated all the confusion about them supposedly kicking me to the curb or throwing me under the bus." Yeah. I don't know. My problem with this and a lot of news pieces nowadays, there's a lot of I think in here. It's full of conjecture. But the other part too, I mean, we've seen this behavior before with the NFL. Threaten to commerce, you got to go.
Big time.
Ask Jamel Hill about that. I guess Bob Costas is the next person to paint himself as a victim.
Well,
you paint yourself a victim all you like. You're not going to talk about the worst issue in the sport on the sport's biggest day.
And see, there's a lot of people out there who would go, what better day to talk about it? And that's how they view the situation. I mean, we all know that. Come on now. Now, these aren't people that are football fans for the most part. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
You know, we've covered that ad nauseum. These are people who probably don't give a shit about football one way or the other. And to be honest with you, they probably are more than happy to tear it down. Because, you know, when you told me about this Costas story, I thought back to an NPR show, an hour-long show that was on the other day, where they just ripped into everything from after flag football to professional football. And it was, concussions, and it's destroying lives and this and that. And it's the whole, the whole time I'm thinking this. I guess if you really want to get down to it, all right, I guess we're just we're not going to have contact football for kids under 18. But once you're an adult, don't you have a right to make an informed decision and take a risk? Or are we going to take that, the ability to make that decision for yourself, away from people now?
Seems we're heading that way. It seems the last 5 years, we love to tell people how to live their lives and what they should and should not be doing.
Well, I mean, if you get behind the wheel of a car, that's a risk. If you smoke a cigarette, that's a risk. If you take a drink, that's a risk. If you walk out your front door, that's a risk. All right. Football's it's a highly risky sport. It's a highly physical sport. The chance of getting hurt playing football is way higher than the chance of getting shot to death being, working your entire career as third shift at a fucking 7-Eleven. But you also don't get the same reward. You work your entire fucking life at 7-Eleven third shift and not make as much as one football player in one fucking season.
Yeah, you're not getting the guaranteed money to work third shift. You work third shift, $100 million guaranteed.
I mean, really, because that's what this argument is coming down to. I mean, let's just get it out in the open. There's a lot of people that just want to make children playing any type of contact sport illegal. And eventually it's going to happen. And I can't even say, it won't happen in our lifetime, because has someone hit the fast forward button. Like, remember forehead VCRs, how you could hit fast forward once and then fast forward again and it'd fast forward even faster? Like, we've hit the fast forward button twice now. We are changing at such a quick pace that things that were perfectly acceptable and fine to say or do 6 months, a year ago are now like on par with, like, I don't know, walking into a bar mitzvah dressed as Hitler. I mean, it's just something you can't do. So yeah, I'd say probably 5-10 years, and I wouldn't be shocked if it happened before then, that, high school football is regulated to flag football or something along those lines. I wouldn't be shocked by it. But okay, take the kids out the equation, because it's always going to start for the children. When someone starts talking about we have to do this for the children, what they're saying is we're looking for an excuse to take away your rights, your ability to make a decision for yourself as an adult.
Yeah. Something's happening that we don't like, so we're going to, quote unquote, fix it.
Because children to a lot of people, the minute you mention children's safety, everything else comes secondary. When in the reality of life, if you've ever flown on a plane and actually listened to the instructions they give you, if the plane loses fucking, pressure in the cabin, what's the first thing the adult's supposed to do if they have a child? Put the mask on themselves, then put the mask on the child. Why? Because if they put the mask on the child and pass out, that's a dead adult. If they put the mask on themselves and the kid passes out from the loss of cabin pressure, they can put the mask on them and revive them.
At least still keep looking out for the kid, sling him over your shoulder, do whatever the fuck you got to do.
I mean, so we've kind of become ass backwards. But I mean, let's just accept, for the sake of argument, that this is where they want to go with this. Okay, what about college players? What about professional players? I mean, because there's only one way to go from where they're at. Because Bob Costas is right. Football is a game that will damage your brain, most likely. He absolutely is right. And working in a coal mine will most likely give you black lung. And being a roughneck out on an oil rig is one of the riskiest jobs you can do on this entire fucking planet. But these jobs still get done.
By people who choose to do them.
Boom. Exactly.
Because that's, yeah. I'm going to put on my Elizabeth Warren hat here and say, all right, we take away football. How else are we going to level the playing field here? Because let's be honest. A lot of football players, black. A lot of them, not from the greatest home lives, not from the greatest upbringings. For a lot of these guys, this is their shot. This is their shot to break the fucking cycle of poverty that their family's been in. And we're going to take that away? What are we going to replace it with?
See, I go the other route. I've already stopped their argument, Rich. You cannot take away a boy's right to choose, because women and girls have the right to choose with their body.
I look where your head's at there, Ice.
I've already said that. That argument is stopped altogether right then and there. If a woman has the right to choose what to do with her body, then damn it, so does a boy and a man.
Yeah, but
And just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean I can't do it.
The gray area.
but you're not taking
under teens.
exactly. You're not taking into consideration. Some states have a little bit have more liberal laws about parental notification. If a 16-year-old wants to have an abortion, they have to notify their parents. Some states say you don't have to.
Right,
So
but you have to notify your parents. You don't need their permission. You could still
Some
go
states you
ahead
do.
with it.
Some states you do. I mean, dude, there's some states it's really hard to get an abortion if you're a fucking 18-year-old woman. Like we've talked about this on Regiment. Like in Texas, I think there's like maybe a dozen doctors in that entire state that can perform abortions, and the hoops you got to jump through. It's just easier just to go out of state. I mean, it might not be cheaper in the long run, but it's easier. So is that what we're looking at here? We're going to look at states are going to start, so what? So the football hotbeds like Ohio, Florida, Texas, Georgia, they're going to have real lenient laws regarding kids playing high school and pee-wee football. And then, states like New York and the rest of them are going to be like, no, you can't do that. You have to have flag football until you're 18.
Oh, so it's going to make for real exciting sports. Can't wait. Maybe they can play in the AAF.
That's about as good as two-hand touch, I guess.
I know you guys said you gave it a shot and we're like, this is horrible. This is truly the minor leagues.
Before we go all the way there, just with the Bob Costas thing, for me, it's a night of celebration. It's the best teams in football. You're not going to bring up the darkest cloud over the game on that day. You're just not. I get it. It needs to be talked about. There's a place and a time. Do it at the awards show the night before. But on the day of the
award shows
big show,
make a big grandstanding speech at the NFL honors.
That's what I'm saying. On the day of the biggest game, the celebration of the best of the best of the best, all that shit. Yeah, you're not going to diminish that moment by talking about the biggest, darkest cloud of the game. No fucking way. And furthermore, you know what? Shame on you for trying.
And I'm with you, Ice, in that, just in a different kind of mindset. Like, hey, how about we're trying to watch football? It's the Super Bowl. Who asked you, Bob? Anybody thought of putting that out there? Who fucking asked you, dude? Call the game.
Well, look, I don't have a problem with him expressing his opinion pre-game, halftime, whatever. But if it's the middle of the game and he's like, and now I'd like to divert your attention from the action on the field to talk about concussions in football, then he's being an asshole and he's not doing his job. End of story. You're paid to call the game, call the game. He's also paid to give opinions about shit around calling the game. Okay. But if the NFL says no, then guess what? You can't.
No,
Yeah. You don't just get to throw a temper tantrum and say, but I want to say this. Okay, well, I want to do a lot of things. I want to fuck Jennifer Connelly. I don't think it's going to fucking happen anytime soon. All right? So,
trust me, at my job, there's a few offices I want to walk into and go, what the fuck are you doing? But if I do that, this is my last act as an employee.
I'm just saying, Bob, you might as well walk out to the middle of the field during the national anthem and take a fucking knee, dude. I mean, if you're just going to start throwing shit up just because at the big game, go ahead.
Hand in hand with OJ.
It's just some things have their time and place. That's not it.
Well, but it goes back to that's how you feel. The people who don't care about football, who think that anyone who watches football is a fucking Neanderthal who beats their wives and rapes their children and kicks puppies and kittens, think it is the time to talk about it. It's the best time to talk about it.
Okay, well, those people don't watch the Super Bowl anyway. So fuck off.
Exactly.
And they're not the audience we're trying to get, so bye.
I was actually going to jump in and defend Ice there, Rich. You're going to fall on deaf ears. If that's when you think you're going to talk about it, you're going to get a lot of people who are going to tell you, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to watch football. You're not going to have the most receptive audience.
Seriously, people are going to look at it and go, and this concussion, and you see this break. Shut the fuck up. That's Denzel Washington, dude.
Look, I agree with you guys, but we all know we're at a point in society to where if someone stands up and starts trying to shit on your good time and be Debbie Downer about shit, that for some reason societal contract these days stipulates that we must take it. And if we tell them to shut up, we're trying to silence their freedom of speech. And ignores the fact that, no, you're just talking over somebody. You're guaranteed the right to say what you want to say. You're not guaranteed the right to have a captive audience.
Yeah. No, Rich, I totally see your point. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Society tells me that my wife has to have flowers, chocolate, and fluffy bunnies and shit. We don't celebrate it like that. Why does my wife have to have chocolate flowers and candy and all this shit? Because it's February 14th. What about February 18th? What about March 5th? What about July 23rd?
Sounds like my wife. I'm so happy I don't have to buy dick for tomorrow. It's great.
I'm just saying, just because society says that has to happen, I now have to go out and find everything that she would like and want because it's February 14th.
Well, what about March 14th? Steak and blowjob day.
You feel me? So let society do what society wants to do. I'm serious. If they would have done that at the Super Bowl, they would have been like, okay, now grab a picket sign, go outside and have a fun time with that. I'll send some tissues.
But here's
fucking game's on.
But here's the issue, Ice. It's kind of piggybacking on what Rich just said. We're in this new crazy society where the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Used to be like, shut that wheel up. It's only one wheel. We got 20 wheels on this bitch. Nope. Now you must listen. You must pay attention.
I'm gonna,
you must
I'm
sit
gonna
there and
push
be
that.
told about how bad of a person you are.
I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna throw this one at you. While some things change, some things remain the same. The biggest day of football in the whole year is Super Bowl, and that's what it's going to continue to be. It doesn't matter that there was a pass interference call that wasn't called. Doesn't matter that there was people that, should have been there and wasn't. Nothing else matters except for those two teams and the glory and celebration of winning the Lombardi Trophy that day.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, if we end up with like a streak of like 5 or 10 Super Bowls that played out like this one did, it might not be the biggest day in football anymore. Championship Sunday might be the biggest day in football because...
And here's what's funny. Here's what's ironic, if you will. As some things change, some things remain the same. Super Bowl Sunday used to be about the game. People used to gather around the TV and never fucking move until a commercial. And then they would bolt to the bathroom, bolt to the fridge, and they would grab their beer, refill their drink, take a piss, grab some more snacks, and sit back down before it came back on. Now people give fuck all about the game. They want to see the commercials. They want to barbecue, tailgate, hang out with their buddies. That's what that day has become.
Oh, absolutely. Chris and I were talking about this. I've been and this is probably in the last 10 years, I would say.
So
I've been at Super Bowl parties where there is one room where people who want to watch the game gather, and then there is one room where people who are there for, like you said, the socialization, the let's watch the commercials, let's talk during the game and shut up during the commercials. They go to that room.
Right. So whereas that is now the atmosphere, if anybody, any women's rights movement, Bob Costas, Greg Gumbel, anybody came in and started talking about, and unfortunately the side effect is this, dude, they would be fucking losing their mind. Both rooms. The one for the game and the one for the socialization. They'd be like, shut up. You're ruining my buzz, fucker.
Well,
I guess this is being abstract too, but you could technically sustain lifelong conditions from fucking. Are we going to stop fucking?
I know a lot of people that should. At least they should only fuck in the shithole. That way they can't shit out any miracle babies. Yes. A lot of little wet brain miracles running around in trailer parks all over the place.
No, fuck that, Rich. You and I both know people that even if they did it that way, they would still impregnate the bitch.
Yeah, you came in the sewer and the baby climbed out the dumpster. Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude. We know some friends that got some powerful fucking sperm.
They jerk off within 50 miles of a woman. She gets pregnant. Yes, Yes, this is true.
It's true. Some of our friends are like, ugh. And 3 fucking women went, what the fuck was that?
I had to tell one of them, don't jerk off in my shower. I don't need a baby crawling out of the drain.
But no, so, I mean, I get, he wanted to try to be relevant and, manly and, appease all the women lovers and all that good shit. But sorry, Bob, wrong place, wrong time.
I think that's what NBC pretty much said to him.
Yeah, and here's something that I just love. Whenever people who feel that they are on the right side of history, or that they have like this self-righteous indignation, that and this unshakable belief that they are absolutely 100% always right and everyone else is 100% always wrong. Anytime someone goes, we don't want to hear it, they yell censorship. But anytime something that's being said that they don't like, I don't know, somebody who expresses an opinion counter to theirs on social media, when that person gets booted from social media and that person yells censorship, they go, it's not censorship, it's a private corporation. It has a right to tell you what you can and can't say on its format. Well, Bob Costas, you have a right to have your opinion. You don't have a right to have NBC broadcast. End of story.
Yep. And while NBC is a publicly traded company, it is not owned by the government. So
tweet it out during the game if you want to waste your time. Go ahead.
Well, that's one of the things we did cover after the Super Bowl was there was a lot of nonsense tweeting going on during the game, like somehow that these people were going to change history from behind their keyboard, while Adam Levine pranced around shirtless. So, but I mean that's people these days. But anyways, what was it? AAF?
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, there's 2 that are starting. AAF has already started.
And the XFL starts next year. I've heard rumors of another AFL.
Yeah, that's the other one that's starting. Not just the XFL with McMahon, but there's 2 other this league, the AAF and the AFL. And I'm telling you, if the XFL or the AFL is anything like the AAF, they're fucked.
Yeah, I fell asleep in like the second quarter. I watched who did I watch? Arizona and
Salt Lake.
Yeah. And I got 1 quarter in, but yeah, it was just lackluster football. I mean, it was the silver lining. I was telling Rich this during the pre-show chat. The silver lining is it looks like we may have minor league football. But again, it's baseball fans out there. You guys know it's minor league. It was very underwhelming.
Yeah, but there were big names too. Like I knew a kicker,
Mike Singletary,
right? There was a kicker
I knew a kicker.
Well, I didn't watch it long enough to learn anybody else's name. I turned it on. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Okay, well, if this does end up being the minor leagues, is this okay? First of all, let me ask this question: and this is right up your alley, Ice. So you can get your tinfoil hat ready. Is this the NFL going? You know what? We don't know how much longer it's going to be that we're going to have the NCAA college football to
the farm system.
Yes, to be our farm system. So we better set up something just in case.
Maybe. Because the game I watched was on the NFL Network.
You want a tinfoil hat theory. It's not really a tinfoil hat theory. Here's what I think happened. Everybody looks at college and goes, oh my God, he is amazing. He's going to do great in our system. Look at this kid. And after 2 years of watching him in college, he goes pro and is a huge bust. Jamarcus Russell, I'm looking at you. LSU, big, huge quarterback that was supposed to be so awesome. Matt Leinart, where you been? USC, how you doing?
Isn't Jamarcus Russell's problem, though, that he hit the fucking buffet line and didn't read the playbook?
See there? Ryan Leaf, where you at?
In rehab?
Yeah, huh? So here's what I think's happening. Millions upon millions of dollars are going to these kids straight out of college, and some of them pan out, and some of them don't. So now I think they're going to make them go to these AFL, AAF, AFL, XFL, and play for another year or two and see how they do against the big leaguers, and then go, all right, you're definitely worth the money. But I honestly, I think there's still going to be a couple of people that, are going to be the first rounders that are like, oh yeah, you're definitely going. Saquon Barkley was definitely going to the NFL.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are athletes who, even with a draft as deep as baseball, how old's Mike Trout? How long did he spend in the minors? I mean, if you're that good, they're going to move you the fuck up to the big club. That's just all there is to it. They're not going to fucking hold you down because of some ill-conceived notion that they have to spend X amount of time there no matter what. Believe me, if Wayne Gretzky 2.0 was out there in this draft, he would be starting next year with whatever team drafted him as a wet behind the ears, green as fuck, FNG rookie. Believe that. They're not going to put him in the minors. They're going to fucking start him.
Right.
Now, I could see a league like this being like a developmental league for guys who are like, they're not quite there yet. They need a little bit more time. I could see that. But too, I also want to make the point that while we are talking like this is the NFL minor league, this is its own independent league. There are no affiliations with any teams at this point.
Well, the fact that it was on the NFL Network, the National Football League Network, that there has to be at least they're contemplating some sort of connection down the line. I have to believe that. I can't believe that they're just going to be like, yeah, you can. All these leagues we're going to be quote unquote competing with. Sure, go ahead, use our network.
I guess the only other thing that I can maybe bring up is maybe they bought the time. I mean, we don't know.
Well, I mean, are they really competing with it? The NFL season is over.
Yeah, but the NFL was not a fan of the USFL whatsoever. Those two leagues hated each other. But the difference was those two leagues were also competing for the same people coming out of college. Those two leagues would hold their drafts, and the players would decide what league they wanted to go to. If that's taken out of the equation, then there's really no reason for the NFL to have fucking red-assed about other leagues, especially if they're not playing at the same time. They're not direct competition, like you're saying, Ice.
And wasn't there noise at the end of the USFL of them competing directly with the NFL, like trying to have the same season?
Yeah, that was, if I remember correctly, that was one of the last-ditch efforts that they were trying to throw out there to save the league. And
wasn't that Donnie John's idea?
I can't remember if that was his idea or the owner of Tampa that died of cancer. That was like, at least it seemed like in the 30 for 30. To be honest with you, I don't remember. I wasn't like deep into sports at that point in my life, but it seems like it was when Trump bought into the New York Generals or whatever. That it was half the league got behind Trump, half the league got behind the owner of the Tampa team. And when the owner of the Tampa team died of cancer, that pretty much, it was like, that's the end of it. By default, Trump wins. And that's when the lawsuit happened and the infamous $1 settlement happened. And they just pulled the plug on the league after that. Which, by the way, I'd like to point out, the USFL, Michigan Panthers won 2 championships. And then folded.
The last pro football title in the state of Michigan held by the Michigan Panthers.
I'm just saying, the best football I've ever seen played in Detroit was by the Detroit Drive.
I was about to say Arena League.
Those boys played some ball. Those boys could play.
On their 80-yard field?
The Detroit Drive was a 50-yard field.
Yeah, because it was the 50-yard war.
You just made it worse.
Yeah?
I tried to give
go play in that arena.
I tried to give him 30 yards extra credit. Whatever, it's still 50 yards.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to
get hit 2 yards. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Playing half a football game.
Don't care. Those guys could play.
Man, half a game. They'd fit in well in the Lions.
You know what, though? I would dare to say that the Drive would beat the Lions. Those guys could play.
No.
let's not get carried away here, guys. It's all good to have like nostalgia and shit, but that's like me going, yeah, the Detroit Vipers, yeah, they just smoked the Red Wings in the 90s. No.
No.
It's not how that works.
They wouldn't even let them play in the same building. Oh, another hockey team? You play in Auburn Hills. You don't get to play at the big arena with the big boys.
Oh, boy.
It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021.
It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel, credit stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
At Jewelers Mutual, we're a little obsessed with jewelry. Obsessed like auctioneers with talking fast.
50, we're going to fit sold.
Pop stars with auto-tune. And dentists with asking questions.
So, how did he propose?
After they've put their hands in your mouth.
Great.
Yes, we've made jewelry our obsession for over 100 years. We love it so much we named our kids Ruby, Amber, and Opal.
Venti soy latte for Opal?
At Jewelers Mutual, we insure jewelry and only jewelry, which is why people who are also obsessed with jewelry trust us with theirs.
Sporgy.
ChristopherMedia.net. ChristopherMedia.net.
Sporgy.
But yeah, the AAF, the one thought I did have during the game is like they're gonna need a splashy signing. All right, Mike Singletary being your coach. If this is the level of football we're gonna get, less than 5 years.
Well, I mean, dude, Singletary isn't the only named coach they have. They have Mike Vick. He's an offensive coordinator somewhere in that league.
Nope, he quit.
Did he quit?
He quit the right before the first game. He quit.
Wow. Would they not let him electrocute the players that fucked up?
Yeah, I know, right?
No cattle prodding? What the fuck?
What do you mean I can't drown them in a bucket of water?
I thought I could bring my dog. This is bullshit.
No dogs in the arena? Stop it.
I mean, granted, I'm making a very huge judgment after one weekend. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know. I mean, and then two, we're watching football after the Super Bowl, so it's not all bad, I guess. But yeah, I was looking forward to it, and I was very underwhelmed. And eight teams.
I know that's like original six hockey.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you make the playoffs, and you make the playoffs, and you make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm just seriously, guys. I really think it's a minor league farm system because think about it. How much shit is people giving up for draft picks because they don't want such and such to go and get picked? But if they make them go to these fucking, off leagues, then they don't have to worry about sacrificing millions of dollars, draft picks, and everything else.
Well, but that's the thing, Ice, is you're assuming they're affiliated with the league. Like right now, like I said, these are their own independent teams. Maybe down the road, the Birmingham Iron becomes a farm team for the Atlanta Falcons or whatever. But unfortunately, right now, it's just going to be like, hey, you didn't get picked to go try in the AAF. I mean, that's really going to be their attitude. Yep, sorry, not good enough for the big show. Go try one of these other leagues.
Well, I mean, okay, so you got the AAF, and then what is it, the U.S.? What was the other league that you said is going to be starting up?
I can't find anything about this new AFL.
Okay, so the AAF and the XFL, for sure.
Yes.
Does anyone really believe the XFL is going to last more than the season again, honestly?
If Vinnie Mac takes it seriously this time, maybe. The problem was, I mean, if you think about it, he started the XFL right in the heart of the Attitude Era for WWE. So it was just all about The testosterone was everywhere. It was came from the name. It was all about attitude. What is it? The cameras in the cheerleaders' locker rooms are going to mic the players. They're going to put their nicknames on their jersey. That shit was cool for like a week. And then we realized we were watching awful football.
Well, they did introduce a few things the NFL was like, yeah, we'll go ahead and take those ideas. Why didn't we think of that? Like, cameras on wires above the field, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, is that enough to try to justify bringing back this league that, let's be honest, was a fucking joke from the get-go? I mean, I don't know anyone that was like seriously dead nuts. I got my season tickets. I can't wait, excited for the XFL. It was more of a morbid curiosity thing than anything else.
I'm just excited because football fantasy season might get another go. But other than that, I'm with you. Like, I mean, at this point, I'd rather have an NFL summer league. At least let me see the guys that you're not sure of. That's how the NBA does it.
Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess. It'd be AAF, and then next year the XFL. But as a football fan, I wish I had more positive word of mouth on the AAF. I really wish I did. The one thing I do like, the two things I do like about it, is I like how they picked 8 media markets where they said they picked 8 media markets where there are no NFL teams. Yet there's a team in Phoenix and a team in Atlanta, but the rest of them are markets where there are an NFL team. And allegedly, I say allegedly because I gave my review on it, they're focusing on the on-the-field product, which is where they think the XFL fell short.
Too much bells and whistles bullshit.
Yeah, well, the problem with the XFL, I at least was conscious enough to go, yeah, this is bullshit. Won't be watching next week. Whereas this one, I was like, oh, what? Huh? What? 11:30? Oh, I was watching football 2 hours ago.
Well, the other league that's going to be formed is called the FFL. It's the Freedom Football League.
They're going to serve freedom fries.
It says
Freedom
it is
doors.
another up-and-coming spring league during the NFL rules for the players. Jeff Garcia, Terrell Owens, and Simeon Rice are among 100 stakeholders in the surprise 10-team league. The ex-NFL star Ricky Williams announced, which will make season ticket holding fans part owners.
Okay.
Yeah, they're filling soon-to-be voids like Oakland and St. Louis. It promises economic justice through its joint ownership structure.
Oh, wow, they already got teams.
Yeah.
Let's see, in the Western Conference, we have the Oakland Panthers, the Oklahoma City Power.
That's very original.
All right, first of all, this next one is probably the dumbest name ever in the history of sports. The Portland Progress.
I was getting ready to say it can't be worse than Pelicans. Yes, it can. Okay.
Yeah. We get it, Northwest. You're progressive, but really, that's your name, the Portland Progress.
Yeah.
I mean, let's think of. There's rain. There's mountains. There's 100 fucking other things you can name. Anyway, whatever. The San Diego Warriors, the Texas Revolution out of San Antonio. In the East, you have the Birmingham Kings, the Connecticut Underground. That just sounds like an underground gay club for white dudes.
I was going to say it sounds like a really bad improv comedy group.
Yeah.
Or a terrible band, one-hit wonder.
The Florida Strong?
Oh, my God. Is that after the Parkland shooting?
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, Parkland, whatever. The Ohio Players. And then the St. Louis Independents.
Yeah, but what's their team?
Right?
Ohio has players. What's your team?
Their uniforms, an afro wig, bunch of big sunglasses,
helmets painted like an afro.
Yeah,
they gotta wear the Nike cleats with the fish in the heels and shit. Bell bottom uniforms.
Yeah. When the hell is this league supposed to start? Oh well. Okay. It was announced December 6th by Ricky Williams. So, okay, March 2020. So, wow. Next year, Super Bowl ends. We're going to have 3 leagues to choose from.
Yep.
Maybe one of them will be good.
Nope.
What was it? Florida Strong?
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't, at least it wasn't like the Orlando Targets or something like that. I don't know. God.
Why can't the names be like truthful with the region?
Like the Florida Inbreds.
Yeah.
Florida or Germany, man.
Yeah.
The Louisiana Floods, what?
Connecticut Crackers.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I am very much convinced that if there's ever a team that decides to go that route, like, to go, you know what? We're going to show you how offensive this is. Here, we're now the Cleveland Crackers. Dude, they would sell so much merchandise. White people would wear that shit and laugh their
it would
ass
backfire
off.
horribly because white people would just fucking buy that
Own
shit.
it.
Seriously. I mean, come
You'd
on.
have offshoots and people stealing shit and be called the Cleveland Cracker.
They got saltine on the helmet.
Yeah. You have to flip a Ritz at the beginning of every game.
Salted side down.
Salt, no salt. Salt, damn it.
Oh, by the way, is this white privilege? Because the term cracker doesn't offend us.
Sorry. Not sorry.
We're exercising our white privilege.
Okay, so if I get offended, I'm a oversensitive, pussy ass, bitch made motherfucking snowflake. If I don't get offended, I'm not checking my privilege. How horrible of me, kill Whitey. Okay, so in other words,
welcome to 2019, Rich.
Yeah, it's you. We care about fair. No, you care about setting up no-win situations, Spock. You want me to take Kobayashi Maru. That's all you want me to do. Fuck off. Eat a dick, motherfuckers. Eat a trans dick.
Yeah, you're just sitting there talking about heads you win, tails I lose. What the fuck?
So sick of this shit. It's retarded. But yes, yeah, you're absolutely
California
right.
earthquakes.
The Brentwood Butchers, little OJ throwback. Nothing. Okay, all right.
I'm there.
You brought up a neighborhood more than a city.
Yeah, I know.
We feel like calling it the Brightmoor somethings.
The Brightmoor bottom bitches.
Yeah.
Brightmoor rats. What?
Mad Max Beyond Brightmoor.
Yikes. That's a movie I do not want to see.
He's in search of gasoline in Newports.
You could just start offending every fucking buddy and go New York Bombers.
Maybe a little bit of weed.
The Michigan Smokers.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, we managed to make most of the show about football this week. We're really going to have to bone up on the other sports for next week.
Yeah, Rich, how the hell did you miss the All-Star game?
Because it's the All-Star game. I mean, we talked about the fact that there was, people calling for, I guess, the female hockey players who demonstrated, initially during the skills competition. People were like, well, they should have been paid because. And I'm like, did they compete in a skills competition? If the answer is no, then pay them for their appearance, but why should they get prize money for demonstrating how a skills competition event's going to go? And that's about the most interesting story to come out of that.
This would be where I play the Robert De Niro drop. I didn't know they made 9th place ribbons.
Yeah, it's just like that's. It is something we've talked about on this show for years and years and years, but I mean, it's just the truth, man. It's like none of us here are like against anyone getting paid, but to demand you get paid the same as people who are the best in the world who draw. You may be the best in the world, but if you don't draw, you may be the best guitar player in the entire history of guitar players, but if you never leave your bedroom, People aren't going to show up at your door with a big oversized check and Ed McMahon and give you fucking money for being that great.
Looking like Will Ferrell with the Hawaiian tropics. With the Flint tropics, my bad.
I mean, look, sorry. Very few women's sports draw as much or more than men's. They are out there. Obviously, you should be paid on what you can draw.
Oh, and I'll say this: way to support your own, ladies.
Yeah, and why is it always on us to do this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. If more men would watch the NBA, WNBA, what? Really?
Hey,
really?
No. No. Because aren't we in this new society where everyone has to see themselves represented? Whether it's in politics, TV, movies, whatever. I'm not represented by the WNBA. I'm not watching.
I was just about to say, yeah. I mean, they have, all the pink and horse shit during Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the NFL and other sports, and it's like, really?
Where's my ribbon for testicular cancer?
No one gives a fuck. No one cares about nuts.
It's sky blue, and it's for prostate cancer, actually.
But whatever.
I saw that because I work with a prostate cancer survivor, and he wears the Live Strong blue bracelet or whatever because it means he survived it.
Well, I want WNBA players to wear the blue ribbons or blue tennis shoes.
Well, but they don't play during November. They don't play during November. They couldn't because November is the month for that, actually. Did you know that's what Movember came from? You knew that, right?
Sure.
Well, everyone grows a mustache in November. That's the male counterpart to the pink ribbon. It's Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I don't make this shit up, all right? I'm just telling you about it.
Rich and I are sitting here going, how the fuck do you know this shit?
Well, Rich is like, I have a mustache every day.
So do I.
Yeah, I don't need it's when like these like no shave months or whatever, whatever the fuck it is, when they come up, I'm just like, you're the type of people who need to play drinking games to get drunk. I'll just get drunk. I don't need to play a game. It doesn't need to, like I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
And for God's sake, do not challenge him to do that.
I've been with you, Rich. Like, I'm not playing with this thing. I'm here to drink it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, you want to play beer pong? No, because it slows down my drinking.
Yeah.
No, he actually just go to him and say, I can drink you under the table. See what happens.
I could be drunk 10 minutes from now, or I could be drunk in an hour if we play beer pong.
Not when you're playing, I can drink you under the table with Rich. You'll be drunk under 10 minutes, I promise.
Oh, so some of you people had to learn. And I tried to warn you, and you people wouldn't listen. And I was just like, well, all right, fuck it. Here we go.
Fuck you. I'm twice your size. And I'm like, I could do this. And no, I couldn't.
I'm Irish. This shit's like milk to me. Get the fuck out of my face, dude. You serious?
He's not even lying, folks. I'm telling you what.
Yeah, I got to put you up
against I got so
wife,
drunk,
man.
I fell on the floor, right on the floor, chilling. Rick just gets up and walks away. Rich is like, oh, okay.
I want to see a Mandy versus Rich drinking battle.
Oh, because she put him away?
Oh, dude. Yeah, she'll pick up a 15-pack. Yeah, I know what I'm doing this afternoon. Afternoon? Like daytime?
What? Wait a minute. It's called being lucky enough to have someone who can go to work and afford for you to do that shit.
All right.
Like, I mean, I work nights, so, I get off work and it's like, well, I know what I'm doing for the rest of the night. But no, I got what you're saying. Yeah. Well, hey, at least she drinks beer. I was going to say, if she shows up with some wine coolers, like, no, fuck out of here. I ain't doing that.
No, she'll get like a case of beer, like, and pull the Rich move. Like, what are you drinking? Like, oh, all right.
Well, I guess I better run to the store.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey. I'm glad you thought of me.
Yeah.
I did. I left the car running for you.
Dude, we were over at our buddy's house, right? And we thought it'd be cool to get this Jack Daniel's Hawaiian Punch or whatever. All of a sudden, it kind of tasted really good.
I know how this story ends.
No. No, we just thought we would take and drink some and then drink some more, and then we were out. So then we went and got some more, and we wanted to drink some more, and we drank some more, and then we went and got some more, and we drank that, and then we kept going back, and we were like, but we went back like 4 times. And on the 4th time, the guy looks at us and goes, "You drank it all. You shouldn't even be driving back up here."
Listen, you a cop? You my dad? The answer's no to both. Just sell me the goddamn liquor.
I looked at the guy at the liquor store and said I had a CC. I meant a TT. Because my wife wasn't drinking, but Rich and I were killing it.
We're telling drinking stories. I think that means the show is over.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We should have ended like 10
the lights.
minutes.
Party's over.
Yeah. So just hit us up on Twitter at Sporgy Podcast. It's pretty much a
email and challenge Rich to a drinking competition.
It'd be the last email you ever sent. But if you do send that email, Sporgy at ChristopherMedia.net. New shows on Thursdays. We're on Spotify. We are on Google Play. We are on Apple Podcasts. And if you would care to not have a middleman between you and your podcast, you can just go to ChristopherMedia.net. On that note, time to start paying attention to hockey and basketball. Oh, pitchers and catchers reported this week. So we'll talk about all that stuff next week. We'll see you next week.
Later, guys.
Peace out, y'all.
Oh, Christ.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net. ChristopherMedia.net.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021. It's time to turn your bathroom into your personal sanctuary with Lowe's. Right now, save big on stylish fixtures and more storage, like a white shaker-style vanity cabinet with vanity top and mirror, now just $199. Or a dark gray vanity cabinet with white cultured marble top for just $299. Don't just do it yourself. Do it for yourself. Find more savings on everything you need for your home projects at Lowe's today. U.S. only, valid through February 2nd, 2021.